recording now.
You go.
Man, what a week, man.
It's been a crazy week, man. It's been a crazy week. Very eventful. Hey, shout out to Lester Cotton. Shout out to Trey Regis. Shout out to Chris Warren III. Shout out to Keelan Doss. You know.
Shout out to Taiwan Jones.
Hey,
it's the preseason All-Stars, baby.
Teo Johnson, Jerron Kreiner. You know what I mean?
Man, you got us an all-star preseason lineup right there.
Was it Alvis Whitted? Alvis
Whitted? Whitted. Man.
Taking it way back.
Carlos Francis.
Man. Oh man, number 10, huh? That was number 10.
Yeah,
I thought it was number 10.
Out of Texas Tech.
Or Johnny Lee Higgins.
Johnny Lee Higgins.
Oh yeah.
If y'all Raider fans in the chat, man, y'all know who we talking about right here, man. But don't forget to clock in, like the thumbs, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Here we go.
Great Pharaoh. The gift of Troy is a fabulous fabric from the land of the 5 rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
One of them hits now. Heard back from Earth, they just shot a few of my shits down. It's safe to say I'm totally pissed. Wow, my cloaking devices just malfunction. Guess it's time for a sit down. This is the problem I got with humans, mostly the common man. Constantly fucking with energy they don't understand. Always thinking they got the upper hand. The The G-forces from my maneuvers can snap your spine like a rubber band. I shouldn't waste my time, they ain't half as nice. Put a Red Bull in your coffin so your ghost can have wings in the afterlife. Let's rock and roll like a belly dancer's rhinestone. It was my idea to shape the pineal gland like a pine cone. My thoughts create hurricanes, tornadoes, and cyclones. A punch for me is like an avalanche of granite and limestone. You live here, but now this is my home. I neuralize both your retinas, you wake up staring at the screen of your iPhone. Confused by the light plus the high tone. And now we connected from the microchip I placed next to your thigh bone. It's hard to understand cause your mind blown, but I gotta cut communication. Your government just scrambled they spy drones.
That voice speaking Sumerian, the oldest language in human history. I can't explain it.
We back for another edition of Around the Shield. You already know, man. You already see it, man. We got Big Mike Raider, we got D Severe Raider, and of course myself, PharoahNFL, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Man, we got a lot to talk about as usual, man. It's been an eventful week for the Raiders, from Davante Adams finally leaving the Raiders, getting traded to the Jets, and obviously Tom Brady, man. We're going to get into that, man. Like, I'm sure we all had at some point this week had that conversation about Tom Brady, but we're going to have an interesting conversation today, man. Just make sure to tune in, man. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm going to say this again. Make sure to like the thumbs, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You guys are going to be seeing this on all of our platforms. Oh, man, like, how's everybody doing, man? Let's start with there, man. We got to start the show off right. You know what I mean? The Raiders ain't doing too well, but I think we going to start the show off right, man. What's going on?
Yeah, we doing good, man. We doing good. You know, we're having like a little mini existential crisis, behind the scenes, talking about Raiders of the past, But, just like the Raiders, what they do, man, we get into this crisis when things look bad, and then they bring us right back in.
Yeah, man.
That's what they do. So, hey, I'm not going to give up too much. But
every year,
they do.
Every year, man. Every year, we were behind the scenes. We were talking about like how every year, every off season, we get hyped up, we get excited, and we get overly optimistic. We think of the possibilities, but sometimes we overlook some of the biggest weaknesses. We know deep down, like, the truth, like, this quarterback is going to be an issue this year. But then maybe the defense could play well enough to overcome some of the deficiencies that we have on offense and at offensive coordinator and inexperience in AP and all that stuff. I mean, Severe, man, like, I don't want to start on a negative note, but, like, let's talk about it, man. Like, where are the Raiders at right now heading into this week 7 matchup against the Rams, man? Like, as a team, like, where can they go? Is there, let's can we keep it positive, Severe? Just try to keep it positive. I know you want to go in, man. I know Severe likes to get the severe truth, but we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But, like, let's see, what can we, like, look forward to this week against the Rams.
I'm trying to keep it positive, man. Look, we have a much, I won't say easier opponent, but it's not as good of a defense. It's a Rams team that's reeling. They've only won one game this year. So, and we're basically, it's another home game. We're in SoFi, basically are at home. So, I'm hoping that we can, do something, right? We should be getting Jacoby back, hopefully. So that'll be offensive weapons. Yeah. But the way we've been playing, man, like, it's like, would it really matter at this point? Would it really matter, man? We need to get the run game going, and we need a big bounce back from Aiden, man. And we need Luke Getsy getting his bag. Maybe Luke Getsy goes up to the booth and calls players from the booth. Maybe that helps him. Maybe that does a little something. It's something that's been floated, but we need to do something, man, because we sad right now. We sad.
Hey, you might have a point there, man. It changed, I think, the perception on Patrick Graham when he went up to the booth. Like, it felt like there was a big difference from him being on the sideline from him in the booth, and defense obviously played well. I mean, this is their third or fourth year in that system. Doesn't look too good, but injuries is definitely a key part to that. But Mike, man, like, going into this, let's talk about it. Let's look at it from the perspective, because I've been talking about the defense, and because everybody's been talking about the offense and they play calling and AP and quarterback, but, like, just defensively going against the Rams, like, do you think we have a chance to at least slow this team down coming off a bye week? I mean, the Rams are kind of struggling this season, but they're dealing with injuries themselves too. I mean, going into this game, do you think that Raiders defense can get back on track?
Yeah, I think so. But for Severe, they say that, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And I was halfway thinking you weren't gonna say anything at all, bro. So it's good that you did say something though. But as far as the Raiders defense go versus offense, you got the Rams offense. They run an 11 personnel, right? They like to run the 3 receiver set. They got 1 tight end. They got a pretty good running back in Kyron Williams. We're gonna have to tighten up as far as making tackles. That's gotta happen. This hasn't happened all offseason. We saw it in the preseason. The writing's been on the wall as far as the tackling goes.
Yeah,
these boys gotta wake up because Kyron Williams will break you. And if that happens, that's open up the play action. They like to run play action from setting up the run. So that means it's going to be, the tight end breaking free and doing things like that. So you're going to see the Raiders in a lot of nickel coverage right now, So, Diablo did a decent enough job in coverage. The linebackers did a decent enough job. We got to get with those 4-man rushes, even Hobbs, throw him on the line and send a blitz. You got to do stuff like that. Whoever's going to be on Cooper Kupp needs to stick on Cooper Kupp. I think this is a big assignment for Jacorian Bennett. He's been playing. He's been one of our bright spots this season. So I would like to give him that big assignment and stick on Cooper Kupp. Be in his back pocket, be the mirror. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the defense just to be a little bit aggressive. Send a 5-man, send Hobbs on nickel blitz. Have the linebackers ready to go for coverage, especially against that tight end, especially if they want to do play action and stuff like that. And stop the run. Stop the run. For crying out loud, just stop the damn run. Kyron Williams can break you. He's not as big as Najee Harris, but this dude runs with a lot of power. So you got to bring a hat if you're gonna hit him. So that's what I'm looking at with this defense. They got to bring a hat, cover well, stop the run, prevents the play action from being effective.
Yeah, I agree 100%. We've been saying that all season. Like, I felt like the beginning of the season we were overlooking it a little bit, and then it was just a problem that didn't go away, and it's their lack of tackling. I mean, we talked about how, like, going into last week's game, like, they're like one of the worst tackling teams in the NFL, and it continued this game or last game, and they struggled. But you mentioned Jacorian Bennett, man. Jacorian Bennett he's our best corner this year.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? One of the big surprises of the season. Jacorian Bennett is the best corner on the roster, and that says a lot about him and stepping up from his year one and how he struggled and went through the motions as far as being a rookie and being injured, and he's stepping up this year. But then it also says a lot about Jack Jones a little bit too. Would you say he's playing Severe? How would you rate Jack Jones' play this year? You know what I mean? In your opinion, like how well is he playing? How bad is he playing? How well is he playing? Like, because we felt like Jack Jones was gonna have that type of year. You know what I mean? The way he came on the scene last year with the highlight reel pick sixes against Mahomes and that one hand that he had, even though it was against a backup QB, that was a crazy interception.
Yeah.
But he hasn't really had that moment this year. I mean, those are tough plays to have in the NFL, but it just feels like he's been under fire a little bit with, people accusing him like not, being taking a business decision. Like, how would you rate Jack Jones so far this year?
It's real up and down. He hasn't been horrible every rep, but when he is bad and when he does make some mistakes, it's glaring, right? You think about the first game of the year, right? The altercation he was in. And then you think about the business decisions. And then you think about, him getting broke off this last game. It's like, so it's been up and down. But the thing is that, like, he's not. It hasn't been like it's not as horrible as it seems. I just think that people had such high expectations that like him not meeting those expectations makes it look worse than it actually is. It's like if you're LeBron James, right? Let's use LeBron James, right? And you go out there and score 15 points, like damn, that's a bad game for LeBron.
Yeah.
But like if you're like a bench player and you go out there and you score 15, like man, dude had a great game.
Right.
So now those expectations are you're not a mid-season acquisition anymore. You're not the dude we picked up off waivers. You're Raiders #1 corner now. So those expectations are a little bit different, and he's not meeting those expectations of a #1 corner. But he's not.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think he's playing like terrible football, bad football. It's just that his play style, you would think like he's kind of a big play type of corner. I don't know if we would necessarily call him I don't know if we would call him a shutdown corner. Yeah. Jacorian kind of is taking that role a little bit, like where he might not necessarily get the big interception, but you won't hear Jacorian Bennett get scored on, catch. I don't know if any. I'm speaking too soon, but I don't know if anybody scored on him this year. Last year I felt like he was a big target when it came to opponents scoring touchdowns on him, but this year I'm not sure if I can't really.
I don't believe.
Maybe
so.
someone in the chat could let us know, but yeah, Jacorian Bennett, man, I feel like he's just held his side, and I think you made a good point by putting him on Cooper Kupp. But then they have another guy. Is Nakua going to be playing this game?
I doubt it.
No, he's still out.
He's still out? Okay.
Still out. Yeah.
So that's a benefit for the
Raiders.
Raiders.
Is going to be the other guy.
Yeah, and we'll take. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at the injury report real quick. Actually, let's go put that on the screen, and we'll take a look and see how healthy the team is going to be looking this week for the Raiders and obviously the Rams. Let's see here. So as we can see, we got starting Adam Butler, had a knee injury, but he fully practiced this week so far. So I think he's going to possibly be good to go. I mean, obviously that Friday practice is going to be big. Max Crosby, he's going to make a weekly appearance in this because he's recovering from a high ankle sprain, and their whole recovery strategy is just not practicing, like not having practice. Probably focus on recovery. Yeah. Hey, Severe, man, I think you're going to be happy about this. Tommy Eichenberg has not practiced all week. He's not practiced all week. McAllister, man, hopefully they have this guy. I mean, I think he might have been active last game. I think they need to find a way to get him to return some of these footballs, because I don't want to see Amir Abdullah return footballs. I know they trust him a little bit, but hey, we need a spark on this team, and somehow, some way, it has to come from somewhere. So he fully practiced this week. Jacoby Myers did not practice. You know what I mean? So we'll pay attention to that all important Friday practice. Just looking at it right now, like I'm gonna scroll down real quickly. We got Cole Miller fully practiced, started the week by not practicing. Thayer Mumford looks like he's gonna be healthy this week. Dylan Parham, man, is it the Achilles? They're listing it as a foot. Did not practice. This is good. Jackson Powers Johnson, he's on the injury report, but he fully practiced. So, and Zamir, limited practice. So he might. I want Zamir to be in there, man. Because after Madison, Lobby, he scares me, bro. I mean, I actually want Lobby to play during the season, because it's the best time to play right now when the Raiders right now are kind of trying to figure out who they got on the team. But looking at the injury report, John Jenkins, hopefully he
should be good. Hopefully, Jack
so now
Jones, same illness too.
Yep, Jack, same thing. But he's limited.
Yeah, I think
But he did come back with a limited practice on Thursday. So like I said, man, all the Friday practice is going to be the important practice to let us know if they're going to be playing during the game. But just going through this, Mike, what is your biggest concern just by looking at the injury report for the Raiders?
Jacoby Myers once again. That's our #1 receiver now.
Yeah.
and we lose a big piece of that offense when he's not there, and if he doesn't play again, then we're going to see heavy Brock Bowers. I even said this before, just putting Jacoby in the mix, say he does play. I still think that this is a huge Brock Bowers game. I can see a career high in catches. They don't have the best linebackers. They got a bunch of youngsters on that defense. So if you look at the lineup on offense and defense, Brock Bowers is the best player on the field on both sides.
Yeah.
He can absolutely dominate this game if he wanted to, but it only helps to have Jacoby Myers kind of being that, that second option, that second legit option, instead of like trying to force feed, our guy Brock Bowers. So Jacoby Myers for sure is the most important person, because you could argue and say Dylan Parham, but Jordan Meredith did well. He played well this week. So, we can kind of live without that for a week. But Jacoby Myers, we absolutely need him. We absolutely need him.
Yeah, man. I agree, man. I mean, Severe, like, I feel like you're probably going to go with Myers, or do you feel like someone else on this injury report is a big concern that he's possibly going to miss a game?
Nah, man, I would go Myers. Second will be Parham, but we've seen Jordan Meredith in there, and he held his own. So, as Mike kind of alluded to, we can kind of go a week without him. But yeah, man, Myers, I think Myers is huge, just because we have to generate something offensively, man. We are one of the worst offenses in the league right now, and we need a guy. And the thing about Jacoby is that Aiden and him have a real good chemistry. And like even when Devontae was in there, he'd be like looking for Jacoby. Like I got Devontae over here, and I'm looking for Jacoby. So having him back, I think that would help kind of settle Aiden down a little bit. Maybe he wouldn't be so frantic. He knows he has a safety valve out there, and a guy like Jacoby. So I think that might help him play a little bit better.
I 100% agree. On top of chemistry, I mean, Myers has a higher catch radius. I mean, if you're looking at our two starting receivers last week, you got DJ Turner, who's solid. I like DJ Turner. I feel like he's made some strides as a player, but he's not a big receiver. And then Trey Tucker, even smaller. So like that means a guy like AOC has to be super accurate. Like he can't miss at all. He can't throw it at a spot. He has to make sure it's on point. And room for error, I think, is smaller when you have guys like DJ Turner who are not as big, and obviously Trey Tucker. I mean, it sounds like Mike, you look like you're about to say something.
Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about last game. We didn't see Trey Tucker touch the ball at all last week.
Yeah.
In this situation where you don't have your number one receiver, your next best is Trey Tucker. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Why not treat Trey Tucker in the equivalent as you would treat a Steph Curry in the NBA? Steph Curry is moving all around the damn court. You gotta, account for him everywhere. He's gonna pop on you as soon as he touches the ball. He's running around the court. He's trying to find the ball. How come we're not doing that with defenses with Trey Tucker? Motion him left, motion him right. Hey, where's Trey Tucker? Let's find him. Is he in the backfield? I don't know. Is he a slot receiver this time? Is he on the outside? Mm-hmm. Where is Trey Tucker? Why aren't we playing where is Trey Tucker with these defenses? With his speed and his threat to, be a home run, like we need to utilize that. We need to utilize that and really expose defenses and find that vulnerability in these defenses and move him around. I don't know why they're not doing it.
I think that's on Getsy. Getsy needs to get back to what he did a couple of games ago, where he was able to get, DJ Turner and, in this case, Tucker, the ball in different ways. You know what I mean? As far as, rushing the ball, running reverses, teams got to respect that speed. I think there were moments in times where AOC did try to get it to Tucker, but AOC kind of, he didn't have the best of game. It was just whether, it was inaccurate or, the pressure got there or whatever the case may be. But you're right, man. I think we got to find a way to get the ball to some of these guys. But also, there's a lot of pressure on them now. They're not role players anymore. Now they're in a more prominent role where defenses are going to be putting better defenders on them just because, that's who's in front of them. Like, it's not like they're going into the game like, hey, we got a game plan against Trey Tucker. No, it's just, the start, like their best defender is going to be guarding, a guy like Tucker or a guy like Turner, because those are our starting receivers as far as corners. But I'm going to add, like, we're not going to mention Max Crosby. We know he's probably the most important player on this list, but we feel like he's probably going to play this week because this was the same situation last week where, they didn't practice. I'm going to add, I'm going to shout out Zamir. Been tough on Zamir, but last week when we seen the game go to Madison, and he started the game off well, but then I think when there wasn't that other guy to give the ball to, there was a little bit of the Raiders' run game kind of struggled a little bit, and I think especially with Lobby, they lost a lot of confidence with him. Hopefully, like I said, we'll circle back and try to get him involved because, hey, that's what experience is huge. So you got to give it to the young guy. Zamir, I think if we can get Zamir back in there with Madison, I think Madison will lead the way, and then put Zamir in winning situations. When you put Zamir in the game, try to run some power gap scheme runs. You know what I mean? Where his strengths, run to his strengths. I know Madison is a guy that he's comfortable running that zone scheme, but and I think, to be honest with you, this is a question for anybody that wants to take it right here. Do y'all think that the Raiders should stick to the zone scheme moving forward after this season? Like, because James Craig, I'm not gonna lie, like, man, if we don't get anything going, run game, offensive line continues to struggle, he could be a guy that might not come back, possibly.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about Getsy, but like he came in and I don't know what he's doing on offense.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do a full overhaul. The run game coordinator, the blocking, the lineman coach, like whoever's a part of this offense is on the fence right now, and they need to go because you don't have the best running backs, but when you're a coach, you got to scheme your way through this,
right?
And if you can't do that in this league, you're especially with maybe not the best running backs, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Not only do we not have the best running backs, we don't have a guy who's scheming correctly.
Right.
So that's a big problem. So yeah, not just Getsy. We're calling for Getsy's head, but it has to be everybody involved with this offense.
Right. Right.
Facts. Cadillac Williams looking like a hoopty right now.
Yo. Hoopty Williams,
man. Bro. Has that ever been done, man? Like where they fire literally the entire offensive coaching staff, but bring back the head coach.
Yeah,
that's tough. And you mentioned run
maybe
game
Dan Campbell. Maybe
Dan
Campbell. I don't know if he got rid of the entire. I know he got rid of his offensive coordinator after a 3-13 year. That's when he hired Ben Johnson. So
no, we've seen that. We've seen like coaches get rid of like assistant coaches, like defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator, or if it's just one particular guy, they'll just fire him and then. But like the entire the running back coach, the online coach, the offensive coordinator, that'd be wild, man. If that happened.
If that guy wants to bring in his own staff, that's what he'll do it.
Yeah, and another mention too, another concern too, John Jenkins being out. I know he's out with the illness. Hopefully he's all good. But if he's out, that's another run defender that's out. And we all know the Raiders struggle against the run this year. So that's going to be tough.
Reliable, man.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's take a look at the Rams real quick. Let's see if they're dealing with, man. They're coming. Hey, look, the Rams are fresh off a bye week, so they're going to be pretty much healthy.
Yeah.
For this game, and they're dealing with injuries that are not probably showing up, like more long-term injuries. Like I think, Nakua was one of those. I think maybe at some point that he comes back this season. Who knows? But yeah, these are the guys that are on the injury report, and it looks like they're kind of trending to play this week. So
yeah.
Hey man, Rams get paid too. You know, the Rams get paid, the Raiders get paid, so they're gonna have to go out there and figure out a way to win on Sunday. But yeah, man, let's get to keys to the game real quick, and figure out what's the big key to winning this game, Sabir.
I mean, I kind of talked about it a little bit when we were talking about the injuries, but I think we have to get this passing attack going. I think, you know, we need to, whether it's with Jacoby coming back or whether it's, as Mike alluded to, giving Brock 15, 16, 17 targets, and not just targets, like you give him like 5, 6 carries, like do whatever you got to do to get the ball in his hands. We seen what he does with the ball in his hands. He is a menace, so we just got to get this passing attack going. Harrison Bryant, get him involved, get our backs involved out of the backfield. Like Amir Abdullah and Madison, they're both very proficient pass catchers. That should be more a part of our game. If we're struggling with the run, use some of these little halfback swings, like do some of that stuff to kind of, you know, supplement that instead of the run. So we just have to, like, against a defense that's struggling, we have to put up some points. We have to put up some points because our defense is struggling as well.
Nah, I agree. But I think to me, it's gonna have to start with that run game, and I think that's a big key for me this week. Is the Raiders need to get that run game going because, look, we can keep saying this. It's the elephant. It's an elephant in the room. But at the end of the day, like you got to run that football. You got to run that football. And Mike, if you could take it away real quick. Hold on 1 second. And to, you know, give your big key of the week.
So we got to get the run game started. And I think the run game needs to be started to set up the play action pass for Brock Bowers. Now, I'm looking at their linebackers, Troy Reeder. He's been in the league for about 6 years. He has a run defense grade of 58.3. And he's the starter. Who else? Christian Roseboom, been in his 5th year in the league. He has a run defense grade of 47.9 at the linebacker position. They have a bunch of youngsters up front, you know, with rookies Jared Verse and Braden Fisk leading the way.
Yeah.
Kobe Turner. Like, this is a young squad that can be had when it comes to the run game. So if we're going to start running the ball anytime this year, it's got to be in this game. It's got to be in this game. And with that, you set it up to get Brock Bowers going and going often. Play action pass to Brock Bowers like your life depended on it. I want to see him, like you said, bro, 15, 16, 17 targets, 12 catches, 150, 140 yards. I got to see it. I got to see it. This should be his all-pro coming out party in this game. There's no reason not to.
No reason not to at all, man. Especially, know what I want to see? I want to see us do to the Rams what Tyler Warren and Penn State did to your Trojans. That's what I want to see.
God, bro.
That dude had like 20
catches.
targets, like 17 catches, like almost. He had over 200 plus, right? 200 plus yards.
Yeah, bro. He got a
Like,
touchdown from the center position.
Yeah. Oh yeah. On a trick play.
Yeah.
On a trick play.
Yeah.
We need to use him like use Brock like Penn State uses him. Because Brock Bowers is a way better athlete than him. Way better athlete than him. So like they found ways to get him the ball many different ways. And if we're lacking on weapons like Penn State was, bro, you gotta get creative. Like you got it right now. Our best offensive player by far is like it's not even close. It's Brock Bowers. So we got to find a way to feed him and feed him often.
Yep. And he's definitely, you know, what Penn State did. That's how you headline a tight end, bro. And that's what we need to be doing. Put him everywhere. Yeah. He better be serving popcorn on the sideline. Like I want him to be doing everything, bro. You know, ushering in cars. You know, he got the green vest on. He over here. He got this little joint. You know, like he needs to be doing everything for the Raiders, bro. He needs to be doing everything. So, it's a Brock Bowers show.
No, I agree. I think offensively, like I think we got it pretty much I think we got the game plan this week for the Raiders, man. Run the ball, get the pass game going. But I think, to be honest with you, I think the Raiders, in order for them to win, they got to make it ugly. They got to make it ugly, especially a team that's well prepared. They're gonna have a game plan ready. They're coming off a bye week. They're super healthy. The Raiders are gonna have to run that ball and control the clock. I mean, try to figure out a way to make this game ugly, and maybe they can come out with a W. And that's crazy saying that against it's a 1-4 team, but it's a Sean McVay coach team at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta understand, like, he's gonna have those boys ready. And I was looking at some of the games that they lost outside of like that week 1 or week 2 game against their week 2 or week 1 game against the Cardinals where they got blown out. A lot of the games that they played have been pretty close for a team that's, you know, dealing with a lot of injuries, especially on the offensive line. Yeah. You know, we'll see. But I think running the football is going to be huge. I mean, we've been saying that all season. I just don't believe in the quarterback position like that. Like, I don't want AOC to throw the ball 40 times. I just don't want to see a game where he has to, you know, we can't keep hoping that, oh, is this the week that we're going to be in a high scoring game with AOC or Gardner Minshew? Nah, it's just not going to happen, in my opinion. So I think at the end of the day, like, we're going to have to make it ugly, control the clock, run the football. You mentioned guys that get the pass game going. And a big part of that, Mike said, is Brock Bowers. But we're forgetting about the defense. But you know, it is what it is. It's that type of season.
Well, I mean, defense got to tackle. I said it already. Defense got to tackle. You know, that's number 1 on the list. You know, Kyron Williams is going to get the ball, and if he's successful and is effective, that's just going to set up the play action. And I want to see Cooper Kupp be covered by Jacorian Bennett, our best corner right now. That's, you know, and be aggressive with the blitz.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, man. I hope Raiders. Yeah, go ahead.
I just got two words. Divine Diablo.
hey, man, you forecasting right now. You telling the future right now. We gonna get into Divine Diablo today, I believe, right? I think, Mike, you got something lined up for Divine today, or who we got today lined up for extra?
Yeah, I got Divine Diablo. For a second, I thought I lost you guys, but Divine Diablo. So, you know, he was our highest graded PFF linebacker or player on defense. Now, I'm going to do a classic game of good, bad, and ugly with Divine Diablo. Shout out to Stuart Schweiger, our very own. Yeah. You know, he called out on Graph Show a couple of days ago. You know, Divine Diablo, people were saying how good of a game he was having, but he was like, I didn't see that. So I had to look at the film. So here it is right here. I'm going to pull it up real quick.
All right. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with a little bit of the good. We're going to start off with some good, and then we're going to get to bad, and then we're going to just get to straight up ugly. And it gets ugly, man. Here we go. Got the spotlight on number 5, Divine Diablo. Here he goes. This ends up being overturned due to a bogus flag, roughing the passer. But this is what you're getting from Divine Diablo right here. Sitting in coverage. Makes a great play on the ball right there. That's good. You know, if it wasn't overturned, we're talking about a turnover from here. We're going to get another angle right here. So right there, he's playing a middle linebacker, sitting there waiting, got his eyes on the quarterback, and makes a great snag right there. That's good for a defender. Great play from Divine Diablo. Too bad it got overturned. So here's some more good right here. So we got Divine Diablo out there on the outside, and recognition right here. Sometimes you get lucky. You know, he's right place, right time, makes the play right there. And here's some more good right here. Recognizing what he's seeing, gets the running back, and he's Johnny on the spot. Great tackle. He does his thing. So I'm going to stop it right here because things are about to get bad, right? So here we go. You're going to see Divine Diablo popping on the screen, and let's just be frank right here. You know, 22 takes him for a ride. Let's just, as simple as that. We'll see it soon. Here he goes. Gets the ball. Got the spotlight. He gets the ball on the S. He gets on the ball where the S is on the logo. Look how far he goes for a ride.
Oh, man.
A good 10 yards. He goes for a ride. That is not good. That's poor tackling. That's what we're getting. That's the problem that we've been having with this entire team. And it shows right there, not being that, enforcer, because you need an enforcer at the linebacker position. He's definitely the opposite of that right now. So let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. So some more ugly right here, guys. I mean, some more bad right there. Where's he going? Yo, where did he go? Like, where is he going? The running back has the ball, and I don't know what gap he was looking at. I don't know where he was going, but you've seen this throughout the whole game where it was like, okay, where you going, bro? Where you going? I'm gonna let it ride out, but it just makes a poor angle. A poor angle. You'll see some more bad angles right here. Got a motion, and he's playing middle backer right in the middle, right over center. And here he goes. And I'll show you more bad angles. Where are you going? Where are you going? It's like you're not even getting blocked, really. And you have the perfect opportunity to make the tackle or at least kind of disrupt what's going on. But he just makes a poor angle, and it just looks like poor, effort. It just looks like bad effort. So let's see some more. This one's really bad. This one gets real ugly, man. So spotlight on number 5. See right here. Let it ride out. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. This is ugly. This is ugly. So he's covering the linebacker. But as you notice, he didn't even react to what was going on with the ball. Like as soon as you see that quarterback take off, you kind of forget. You got to forget about that swing pass. Let's just be honest. Right? And he just he looked at the dude and was like, hey, that's not my job. Spotlight on number 5 once again. Here we go. He's supposed to be on the swing pass. He's covering 22 on the swing pass. And he's just not even, he's a non-factor. He's not even in the screen at some point. Right there. Where is he? Nobody's home. Nobody's home. So here's the next play. It gets ugly. Some more ugly. So here he goes. Let it ride out. Let it ride out. And here we go. He gets the ball. And then make the tackle. Finish the play. Gets completely ran over by Najee Harris. Going on for another ride. And, I hate to just nitpicky about what's going on with him.
I think your audio went out, Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's a little bit low. Now, but we keep going.
Yo, I hate to be nitpicky, right?
Nah, man, that's what we need right now.
Yeah, I hate to be nitpicky, but the truth of the matter is that he had some good plays, but it was overlapped by a numerous amount of bad plays that he had. And that's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I know his PFF grade was high, and when Stu pretty much his antennas went up and was saying that he didn't have as great of a game as people thought, I had to check it out. And to my surprise, he was right. He was right. Diablo didn't have the game like that we thought he had. And moving forward, we're going to need him to step up, especially with tackling. We need him to be more alert. We need him to have some more sense of urgency, because it seemed like he was out there not really putting that full effort in, So that's Divine Diablo. We'll see moving forward what happens to him. He had a better game, but I won't say that he had a great game. Okay. I'll leave it at that.
So from what you saw, was his struggles more so in the run game, or was it a mixed bag? He struggled in coverage and he struggled in the run game as well.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I had to take my headphones out for whatever. I'm having difficulties. But, you know, for him, I think that coverage was there. His coverage was I can't complain with the coverage. But as a linebacker, you want him to kind of be at stalemate, you know, get to the, you know, line of scrimmage and stop the run. But he's going for rides from these running backs, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. So, you know, if I could trade in something, one or the other, I would rather him be a good tackler and stop the run. So that's kind of where I'm at with that one.
Okay. Hey, man, it's interesting stuff, man. Some interesting stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You good,
hey,
bro?
Y'all held it down, man. Just man.
Yeah, man. I'm having technical difficulties too. So it's like the perfect storm right now, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna watch the replay just like everybody
Pharaoh
else,
had
man.
some Taco Bell. He had to go to bed. That's what Taco.
Oh man.
Oh man, but hey,
Crunch Wrap Supreme alone, bro.
But,
exactly.
But I already know, man. Diablo balled out this week, man, and they took away an interception from him this week too, on some, you know, another crazy penalties. I mean, by the letter of the law, it was, you know, I think it was roughing the passer, but it's just like, man, like, it was one of those situations. Yeah, big turnover. But he balled out though.
I will say this though, man. He had some good moments, but I had to point out his bad moments. And his bad moments were real bad.
Oh, he has some. Wow. I mean, but I felt like this game, I think, and I was telling Savirs, I was like, bro, this might have been his best game I've ever seen. As far as making plays, I didn't see, like, he was making plays in the pass game, making plays in the run game, but then you said that you seen some bad plays. I'm going to watch the replay. I ain't going to have you repeat yourself, man. Everybody make sure to click and hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. My guys held it down, man. These guys know what they're talking about. Let's actually get to Around the Nation. It's that time, man. It's that time for Around the Nation. And what's everybody's been talking about, everybody's been talking about the trade with Devontae. Yeah, we've been talking about that for the last few weeks. But the big news to me this week was Tom Brady officially becoming the owner, not the owner of the Raiders. I mean, shit, we might as well say the way they gave him a standing ovation. Man, but we'll actually show that real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a look at you know, how the Raiders, the building, everybody in the building received you know, Tom Brady, who became I think the minority owner, but I think he owns like 10%.
10%.
Hey, at the end of the day, you know, Seymour is an owner too, but I looked at the numbers, and I thought it was the same. I thought they were joint, but it was like 0.5. It was like 0.5.
It's 0.5%, bro. Yeah. I was like,
hey, I shouldn't even be talking mess because I mean, man, you're owning the NFL team. I don't care how much percent you own. That's crazy, especially the Raiders.
My man Richard Seymour literally put 5 on it, bro.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. I mean, what? How do you think? How much say does he have in the room,
bro? He ain't got. He just get there. He's not even in the room. He get to stand outside. He's gonna be like, you know, when they had the cup at the door, and I guess we can see more.
Yeah, he's gonna be Tom Brady's Flavor Flav, bro. He's gonna be his hype man, bro. Like, yeah, that's right.
Man, that's hilarious. I just have a dark sense of humor sometimes, but yeah, shout out to Richard Seymour, Tom Brady. Man, they're doing big things, obviously. But Tom Brady, I mean, bigger than even Seymour. Like, I thought Seymour and we're going in together, but they, you know, it's a separate ownership. I mean, he's in the building, but like Tom Brady, let me go ahead and play this clip here that I've been telling y'all, man. And I'm sure y'all seen it, but that's how we're gonna start it off. We're gonna start the conversation with this clip here. So I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen, and let's go play this. Oh, my bad. You know, there's a longer clip, but like just hey, they gave him a standing O. I think Mark Davis probably hugged him like 5 times. You know what I mean? Like he was cheesing from ear to ear. Oh man, I mean, sometimes I'm usually a very positive Raider, like optimistic. You know what I mean? But got a little bit of negativity when it comes to the Raiders, right? Just because of what we've seen over the years. I don't know that it just looks kind of weird to give an expatriate who had one of the most infamous plays in Raiders history, the tuck rule, give him a standing O, like the whole building give him a standing O. I know we brought in McDaniels, so maybe that was a precursor to Tom Brady kind of coming in. But what were your thoughts when y'all seen that ovation? I mean, I was just like, it was kind of surreal. I mean, how did like the Hall of Famers that played with the Raiders feel like? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like this guy just comes in from another team, just. But I mean, Mike, if you want to chime in.
There's one thing to like give a welcome aboard package, like a fruit basket or something, or a gift certificate. Welcome to the team. This dude got a parade to bring. Yeah. What? Like, I'm excited. I'm excited for him, but I wouldn't. Are we anointing this dude already? Like he hasn't done nothing yet.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, maybe a press conference, and let's move on, But this dude got the full treatment. The whole building, was out there celebrating him. There was, people were throwing bra and panties at him. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy, bro. Like, we really, I don't know how I feel about it, man. Like, it's unreal. It's unreal.
Real quick, Severe, what was your reaction when you seen that clip?
I mean, you can't look at that and tell me that man isn't going to have a major say in what's going on with the Raiders, right? You cannot look at that and not say that. But I will say this, right? That is a person who understands winning. He's won at the highest level in the sport that supposedly basically has the most parity out of any other sport, right? And that's the NFL, and that's the ultimate team sport where you have to rally a group of men towards one cause. So, I don't mind him being in the building as much as everybody else. Like, think about this, right? Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings. So that means Tom Brady has won more Super Bowls than all but 5 franchises have appeared in. And one of those franchises is the Patriots. So if you count that, there's only 4 teams who have more Super Bowl appearances than Tom Brady has Super Bowl rings. So if you bring that type of winning to this organization, that's been struggling. We haven't won a Super Bowl since free agency started. We haven't been really good since free agency started. So if you can bring the guy that can help set the culture, I think that can be big.
Yeah. Now, hey man, I hope it like works out, man, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, this is not a situation where we hired Tom Brady as president of football operation or GM or any of these guys. Like, if this doesn't work out, Tom Brady's still the owner of the Raiders. Yeah. Like, it's not gonna change. And that being said, like, obviously, if it doesn't work, and what I'm implying, I guess I'm just gonna wait on that conversation a little bit, because there's a couple of clips here I'm gonna play here that might interest y'all. One is from Gronkowski, and he had a lot of good things to say about Tom Brady, real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this real quick.
For sure.
I'm gonna play it real quick. My bad.
This did say that Tom's going to play a role in that he's going to be sort of evaluating who that quarterback should be. That's huge.
Well, that's a good point, and that's the truth. Tom knows talent better than anyone else. He knows how to evaluate a player. I remember just being one-on-one with him in meeting rooms, and he's going over the guys that are covering me, and he can break them down in literally 1 or 2 minutes to the T. He can tell you their skill set. He can tell you their weaknesses. He can tell you their strengths, and that's what Tom, brings big time, is just to the table, is just being able to know the skill set of a guy and what type of player he is, and what types of strengths and weaknesses that the guy has, and what situations that this guy will survive and thrive in as well.
I love Mark Davis did say that Tom's going to play a role in that he's going to be sort of.
So real quick, let's actually react to that real quick. What were your thoughts on what Gronkowski had to say, Severe?
I mean, first of all, already the fact that he's going to be involved in that, and the personnel side is something. But the fact that that he has an eye for talent, I think that can be good. That can be big. That can be huge for us. I mean, one thing I do know is that he definitely doesn't have an eye for talent in terms of drafting wide receivers, because the Patriots have been horrid at it. So if he had any input in terms of the kind of receivers he wanted, we need to maybe not listen to his suggestions. But I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, this is a guy that's very studious. He knows the game of football. He spent hours upon hours upon hours at the basically joined at the hip with Bill Belichick, one of the greatest coaches of all time. And I once showed a clip, I think I might have sent it to you guys, where Bill Belichick, when Devin McCourty was a rookie, and he told him, like, hey, you know what, in this stadium the wind swirls on this side of the field, so if they throw a deep ball, like, it may look like it's going to go further, but it's going to fall short, so just turn around and look for it. And then Devin McCourty, so that's the kind of attention to detail that Bill Belichick put into coaching. So I'm sure Tom Brady puts that same kind of attention to detail into him playing, as well as other aspects of football as well. So if he can bring that kind of attention to detail to us as an organization, I see that as nothing but a positive.
And let's be clear here. He's going to be he owns 10% of the team, but I'm sure from you just seen that standing ovation that he got, and Mark Davis has said a few times where he talks about like the knowledge of the game that Tom Brady has. We're going to lean on him, especially because we're looking to get a young QB to this franchise. We're definitely going to lean on him. So they're going to be leaning on him a lot. So I mean, Mike, what were your thoughts on just the clip with Gronkowski just giving high praise?
I mean, I don't expect anything less from him. You know what I mean? Considering that, that's his boy. That was his guy throughout his whole career. If he said anything other than that, it'd be kind of like, oh, that's a little odd. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, I kind of take it with a grain of salt, to be honest with you, just because, I mean, he what is he supposed to say? And I mean, if that is the case, he is that super evaluator, like he's saying he is, then we got something special here, because he's the owner now. So there's very little rules that, I mean, he's not going to be breaking any rules. Like, we bring somebody in, you can put them through the whole TB12 treatment. You can, bring them in and make sure they're on good diet and, doing this and that. And so I'm excited to a certain extent. I'm a little cautious about it, just because, Gronk is supposed to say that. He's supposed to say it. So, but we'll see. Next season is going to be pretty interesting as far as, how they evaluate and how they treat these new guys coming in. And, the TB12 effect, does that affect us with free agency? $108 million in cap, Yeah. Does Tom Brady being on board, does that attract free agents? So, that's the part that I'm excited about.
Yeah, man, I hope so, man. I hope that it has a really positive effect for the franchise. I mean, like I said, Gronkowski had it's high praise to even say that, but that's his boy. You know what I mean? That's his teammate that he's played with for years. He's gonna try to hype him up and be super positive. I don't think he's gonna take any shots. I think they have a really good relationship. I mean, he was at the celebrity roast, and they're all laughing and joking around. Like, that's Brady and Gronk. They're good friends. So, I'm not gonna expect anything less as far as what he has to say about Brady becoming pretty much an owner for the team and having influence on that franchise. I mean, on the Raiders franchise. But real quick, let me play this last clip here, and then we'll wrap it up real quick. Let's see here. So Marcel Reese had a chance to talk to Jim Rome. Y'all remember Jim Rome?
Jim Rome.
Yeah. So he gave his thoughts on Brady's role with the Raiders.
Mentioned that you served as an advisor to Mark Davis, working for the Raiders front office. The NFL owners approved Tom Brady to become part owner of the Silver Black yesterday. Do you have a sense, though, of how hands-on Brady is going to be in the team operations? Like, do you think that Mark Davis is going to be looking for Brady to play more than a minor role? How does that play out?
Well, Mark, Tom's a really good friend, and Mark is family to me and a mentor, as everyone knows. I will say this: Mark does nothing without a ton of thought involved in it, and this was a long time coming. It took a lot of time and effort for this to happen and to come to fruition. I'll say this: I think that as Tom is going to be able to be as hands-on as Tom wants to. Mark doesn't want figureheads. He doesn't need figureheads. What he wants and desires is success. Period. He got that from his dad and Al Davis. He wants success. So when you have a team, and especially right now, even in the immediate, who is reeling and looking for a quarterback, who better to evaluate any quarterback than the greatest quarterback to ever play the game? So I will say this: Tom Brady's going to be able to be as hands-on as Tom Brady wants to.
Hey, look, I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but is being the greatest player always being the best talent evaluator? I mean, we've seen it in other sports like basketball. You know, Michael Jordan is, we all know, one all-time great, one of the greatest athletes, obviously greatest players that ever played a game of basketball in sports. Not the greatest talent evaluator. We've seen him with the Wizards and the Charlotte Bobcats, or what are they called nowadays? Are they called They're not even called the Bobcats anymore.
It's just
the Hornets. They went back to the Hornets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
it's just, you know. But that being said, hey, you got two people talking about his evaluation skills.
Facts.
Gronk saying like, man, this dude knows what he's talking about. And why are they talking about this? It's because they know that his role with the Raiders, it is going to be bigger than him just being an owner, a minority owner. He's going to have a big say. And this goes back to, and we talked about this severe too on the last show, 50-50. Make sure to check it out every Tuesdays, where we said like, hey, Tom Brady coming to the team might be what Mark Davis was implying a year ago when he says he needed someone to pretty much be or oversee that GM, that head coaching spot. I mean, Severe, what did you take from what Marcel Reese had to say?
First things first is I always see Marcel Reese with a hat on, and now I understand why.
Yeah, he's been fighting it for a long time. He's been fighting it for a long time, man.
But I mean, kind of like Mike said, and kind of like what you had said, you know, before we hopped on, like he has a bias. You know, he has a very close relationship with Mark Davis. He used to, you know, like there's a thing like after every game they would go to Hooters and like, you know, have wings, and you know, so like that was like they're like legitimately friends. So like he's not going to say anything negative about this signing. He's going to, or about this, you know, transaction. He's going to paint it in the most positive light. I expect nothing less. But you know, he made a lot of valid points. And one thing I will say about, you know, Michael Jordan, we saw him as an executive, but Mike wasn't always necessarily the best leader, right? And we saw the same Bulls team that didn't have Michael Jordan. You know, Scottie Pippen was still first team All NBA, and they still went to like Eastern Conference Finals when he wasn't there. So, you know, he was the extra piece on top, but you know, like they still won when he wasn't there. And we've seen what the Patriots have done kind of without Tom Brady. And I think it's in a sport where one player, and the quarterback is a little bit different, but one player doesn't have quite the same impact as one player does on the basketball court. So, you know, like Tom Brady is known as the ultimate leader. We hear how he is as a locker room guy. He's also one of the ultimate recruiters. He was actually able to get Antonio Brown to keep his head on straight. Antonio Brown followed him to two teams, right? To New England, and then to Tampa Bay, and he was able to make it work long enough for him to win an additional Super Bowl. So I think he'll bring a lot of positivity to the organization.
Man, I hope you're right, man. I'm just like, man, like this is interesting, man. It's a lot of power that he's given. I mean, Mike, what are your thoughts on what we just heard? Just overall, man, because I'm looking at it from perspective, like, yeah, like Tom Brady's gonna have a big influence moving forward on the Raiders' decisions, and I don't know what does that say about AP and Telesco, or were those Tom Brady influenced decisions to begin with? Like, it's not like he wasn't. Because, they've been trying to get this ownership deal for a while now. And, I mean, Brady's just a phone call away. I mean, what are your thoughts on what, Marcel Reese had to say and what it means for the Raiders' future?
Pretty much, you guys covered everything that I had to, that I thought about it. But I will say this, as far as AP and Telesco goes, I think that Mark Davis, he said something on them, recently too, that they're still trying to figure things out. Hey, and also Tom Telesco had a great free agency, not free agency, a great draft. He had a great draft, and I got to give him kudos for what he did with, Devontae Adams in that whole trade. $108 million is, we got rid of a pretty a rough contract in Devontae Adams. His contract was crazy. And the fact that we got rid of it, unscathed, maybe we didn't get the draft pick we wanted, but that's the cost of getting rid of that whole contract. And I'm okay with it because next year we start from a clean slate and we got over $100 million in cap space. You got to give kudos to Tom Telesco. I think Tom Brady sees what's going on with the coach and GM, and I think he has a seal of approval. But I will say this about Brady. One thing he does have over Michael Jordan is leadership. That goes a long way. This is a guy we saw Tom Brady take pay cuts over the years to keep on winning. His demand for on his other teams to bring that intensity and win. We saw that too. We saw that with Jordan, but it was a little bit different because he followed up with hey, I'm taking a pay cut. So we can get other guys in here. So if I'm going to sacrifice, you guys got to, sell out too. Fact. So, that's what we're getting with Tom Brady, that leadership that is probably second to none in any athlete in history of all sports. So, if he can translate that to being in ownership and kind of bringing something special to this team, then I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it, but it remains to be seen. We'll see in the off season.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think that there's a lot that we got to find out. I mean, moving forward, I think, in my opinion, I think that it's gonna be good that we have a little bit of structure. I'm gonna stay positive. Yeah. I feel like this gives us a little bit more structure, because we all know. I think everybody can now say hey, Brady is going to be the guy that is going to be behind the scenes. If AP Telesco stays, and I'm not saying they're going to get fired after this year or whatever the case may be, Brady is going to be a constant, and he's gonna have a footprint on this team, and there's gonna be some changes. I don't know what that's gonna be, what it's gonna look like. We're gonna see what that quarterback is gonna look like, because we know the Raiders are probably gonna go after that position. Does that kind of put a fire to Telesco to be a bit more aggressive? Because Brady is hey, look, we got to get this done. Now you have someone outside of Mark Davis, who probably was saying that last year, but he was probably listening to a lot of people. But Brady's gonna be nah, I'm telling you, this is what we got to get done, and we haven't had that since Al Davis. So this might be a good thing. We'll see. I mean, I'm a hope for the best. I'll just put it that way. I'm a hope for the best, man. But Tom Brady, he's gonna be leading the franchise, and some people are implying that he might be the owner of the Raiders one day. You know what I mean? There's a possibility that might be because there's no heir apparent for Mark Davis. He owns partially owns the Raiders, but hey, you never know. You can make some chess moves, buy some steak, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? Like, make it happen. But let's move it on, man. I couldn't wait to get to this, man. I was gonna be honest. I'm done talking about the hold on 1 second. Y'all hold it down real quick for me, real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
I got you.
Man.
This dude had a great record, and he's not gonna let us hear the end of it.
You already know he's not. You already know he's not, man. He about to keep this thing. He about to rub it in, but it's all good though. It's all good, man. But one thing I like what you talked about. You talked about Tom Brady taking a pay cut in order to improve his team. And one of the things that broke up the Bulls was that Scottie Pippen was being basically paid pennies, and Scottie Pippen, he was trying to get paid. He was trying to get paid at that point in time. He was getting paid way less than his market value, and Michael Jordan actually asked Scottie Pippen to take less money to stay with the Bulls, right? To stay on that same sorry contract he was on in order for the Bulls to run it back. And so just like that type of thing right there. Instead of you taking less money or saying, what, I'm gonna give up something so you can get something, he's asking, basically his wingman, his co-pilot, to take less money in order for him to try to win another championship, man. So that just shows you the kind of person that he is, man. So
it's a big difference, to be honest with you. As far as leadership goes, Tom Brady wins. He takes the cake, and he's probably in all of American sports. I can't speak on any other sports globally, but in all of American sports, this dude is the ultimate leader.
I can't think of anybody else. I can't think of anybody that's on top that would top him, to be honest with you, man. And it's man. Like I can't think about really I can't, man. I can't think of anybody better, man. So especially in the game of football where there is so much parity. Generally teams don't win at the level. Like Tom Brady has more Super Bowl wins. I already told you about the Super Bowl appearances. I think he has more Super Bowl wins than every NFL franchise. So it's like, when you win at that level for as long as he did, in the different type of ways that he did, he has a wealth of experience. He was with the defensive head coach for a long time, so I'm sure he soaked up a lot of knowledge in terms of that side of the ball. And then, of course, he's the winningest quarterback of all time, holds all these records, and he took care of his body. He's a guy that put in the time, right? Like you talked about the TB12 method. Like he put in that time in order to have that type of longevity, man. So he was still out there able to win a Super Bowl at a very advanced age. So, I think all that stuff helps out.
Yeah, and I don't want to open up a whole can of worms, because when we start talking quarterbacks, then that brings a whole new set of topics, right? But the fact that he's been kind of linked closely with Shedeur Sanders, and one, does that make you a little bit concerned, just because there is a history, and there is that lingering thing, that the whole possibility of tampering, does that concern you, or is it like, hey, this is good, and Tom Brady, him kind of putting his mark on Shedeur Sanders early, because that's what it's been, right? Like they have their link towards each other, and they've been working out together. Do you think that down the line, if there's any more additional contact, could that be an issue? Could that be something that we might run into later, or are you even concerned about it?
I think you do have to be somewhat concerned about it, because, we are the Raiders still. So now Tom Brady is a Raider. So some of that scrutiny that might not have been on him before is definitely gonna be on him now, man. But here's the man. I'm sure he's ready to gloat, man. So let's go ahead.
Man,
let's get into it, man. Man, I appreciate
you gotta leave that Taco Bell alone, bro. Man,
I know
you went for a second round, bro. Like, dang.
My bad, y'all, man. Hey, man, it's just home studio, man. Home studio. All right, so we got Week 7 game picks. Hey, last week had a rough start. You know what I mean? We all kind of like had a shaky start in our own world. I mean, Severe kind of led the way, winning last week with the 7-6. Obviously, Mike had 5-8. I went 3-10. But this week, I was trying to go for that number one pick last week, but I failed to realize that was not the rules of the game last week. Yeah. But my God, Big Mike bounced back this week, 9-4. You know what I mean? I had to do what I had to do this week, man. I had to come back with it. 11-2 this week.
Should have went to Vegas with that one, bro. Shoot,
man, I'm just saying, man. My only loss, obviously, or only couple losses were AFC West, man. I don't know why I thought the Broncos were any good, and I don't know the Raiders. You already know, man. This is weakness. I'm always gonna try to figure out a way to see if they can win the game. But Severe, Mr. Consistent. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Another bounce. He had an even better week last week, and then I'm gonna actually put on our season total so far, man. We're gonna do this every week. I think last week was our first week where we had the game picks, and I think our season totals this week. There you go. Me and Mike are tied up 14-12. Severe 17-9, man. Like, hey, man, we gotta make some strides this weekend, man.
Yo, he about to get another red hat.
Hey, that's what it's looking like, man.
I've been on Culture Kings looking like bookmark.
No, facts, man. Hey, look, this is another big week, man. Is it gonna be is Severe gonna take? Hey, is he gonna kill it this week and we fall behind, or we take? Because right now, me and Mike are tied up, man. We gotta make some moves this week. So we're gonna pick some games real quick and then wrap up the show. But here we go. Let me go ahead and put this on the screen and we'll get this going here. Let's see. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's actually move it this side here so we can see. All right. So actually, Mike, you kind of get off. So the first game that we have on the slide is the Patriots and Jaguars.
Oh, God.
It's rough.
Ugly game. Ugly.
Who's waking up to see that one?
I know. And this is the second week in a row that the Jaguars were in London. So, at last week it was a little bit. I think it was kind of. I think I who the Jaguars played. I think I picked the winner of that game too. The Bears.
Yeah.
Patriots, Jaguars. Yeah. I mean, Drake May. He rookie QB. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but Mike, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars on this one. I will say this though, if the Patriots do win this game, Doug Peterson's gone. He's gonna come back on a Spirit flight, economy class, long flight. Greyhound back to the house. Like he's not gonna have a job if he loses to the Patriots. He might not even have a job either way, but I'm going with the Jags. This is a pillow fight, but I think the Jags are the better team.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Man, this one is tough, man, but I'm gonna go with Jags too. I'm gonna go Jags. Rookie QB Drake May. He didn't do too bad last week, it seemed like, but I'm just stat watching. I mean, I didn't watch the entire game, but I'm going to go Jaguars, man. Rookie QB in London. You know what I mean? He might be out the night before. Who knows? But I'll take the Jaguars, man. This is a game where it can go either way.
Yeah, man. I'm going to go with the Jaguars as well. They've had an extra week there to kind of get their sea legs, if you will. They have a lot of experience playing over there. I do think they have the better quarterback. But they have been eating British food for 2 weeks, so that makes it a little bit tough. But I'm gonna still go with the Jags.
Hey, he's gonna be like my man Pharaoh.
Man,
struggling right now.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to the next game real quick. Let's see. We got We got the Seahawks and the Falcons. Who you got, Mike?
Oh man, this is probably gonna be a fun game to watch. I think both offenses can light it up at any given time. I got the Seahawks winning this game.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks. Field goal.
Hey, well, I think there was a little controversy the last time Seahawks played, right? It was I feel like it was the receiver. I think he was up in I think he there was some issue with DK, some issue with the offensive coordinator. I don't know. Is this is this going in the right direction? Usually when you see drama like that, it's not really a good thing. Falcons is rolling. I'm taking Falcons at home, man. Taking Falcons.
Same here, man. Bijan, Kirk Cousins playing well. Drake London is playing well. Darnell Mooney's playing well. Got to roll with the Falcons.
All right, man. Titans and Bills, Mike.
We going Bills. I mean, the Titans are probably besides us, probably the worst team in the league right now. So I'm going Bills. Bills will take care of business.
Yeah, this is an easy one. I mean, any given Sunday it could happen, but I just can't trust this situation that's going on with the Titans right now. I think they might be taking a quarterback. The way it's looking,
man.
Just seeing how the head coach that wasn't part of the regime that picked the quarterback right now, and then now they're losing games, and every week he's a meme. You know what I mean? It's just like it's.
Making mayonnaise commercials,
you know what I mean?
Nasty work, bro.
yeah. Good teams got to take care of games like this. I think the Bills are a good team. They're going to be in the playoffs most likely. I'm taking Bills over Titans.
Same here. Bills. They're obviously the better team. The Titans they're kind of a dumpster fire right now. The Bills, I think they're looking to make a statement. Put a stranglehold, on the AFC East.
Okay. All right. So you got the Bills. All right. So then, Mike, Bengals and Browns division game right here, divisional game.
You talking about a team that's is in tank mode? They just got rid of Amari Cooper, the Browns. Bengals win this one and win it big. This starts the momentum swing for the Bengals. Look for them, not even just in this game. They might go for a winning streak after this game. Yeah. Be at 3-4 and back in the mix. I got the Bengals.
I got the Bengals. I'm gonna keep it simple.
Yeah.
Who you got?
AFC North battle. Sometimes they get crazy. Deshaun might go in the heater, but I'm going with the Bengals, man. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. It's too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Browns couldn't beat us. They're damn to beat the Bengals.
This might be the game of the week, man. Texans Packers in Green Bay.
No, there's one better later on.
Okay. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Mike, who you got?
Lambeau Field is tough, man. And Packers are going to be in the all whites. They're going to have the white out in Lambeau Field. And I think it's just too much for the Texans right now. I got the Packers winning this one. Close game, but I got the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, this is close, man. I like Jordan Love. He did have like a little bit shaky start. I think he finally got a win or two on his belt. At first, it was like he didn't have a win all season, and the Raiders. I mean, not the Raiders, but the Packers were like literally won all their games under the backup quarterback, but then the Texans, man, C.J. Stroud, man, I'm a big believer in this team, man. They got a solid defense. C.J. Stroud he's that dude right now. I'm going Texans.
I'm going Texans as well. Coleridge is, he's balling right now. He's dealing. They don't have Nico Collins. That is a little bit of a concern, but C.J. Stroud, he's just too good right now. And Jordan Love, he's 2-2 as a starter. The Texans have a very, very good secondary. Derek Stingley, Kamari Lassiter, they're locking stuff down. I'm going with the Texans.
All right. Severe, I see what you're doing. I see the strategy.
Yeah, he over here trying to maintain. I'm trying to make a comeback, bro.
Hey, he's like, oh no, I can't have these guys get any ground.
Hey, that's why you got to risk it, man. You got to risk it.
No risky, no biscuit.
Hey, I'm saying.
You got Mike kicking onside kicks at halftime. He's trying to catch it.
I'm telling you, bro. Hey, he's kicking onside kicks, bro. That's what we real aggressive out here.
Dolphins Colts, Mike, who you got?
Oh man, this is a tough one too. The Dolphins aren't good on the road, man. Like historically, like for a while. Yeah. And I just don't trust the Dolphins right now, man. I got the Colts winning this one, but I have some reservation on it, man. I'm not confident in it, but I think the Colts win this game. Close game. I got the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, Dolphins quarterback situation is kind of like, is it Skylar Thompson? Is it, whoever that's on the roster right now? I think they picked up a quarterback that played for the Browns at one point. And actually won him a game, I think. I'm forgetting his name, but
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, Huntley, I think they won the game with Tyler Huntley, or was it Skylar Thompson and one or the other? But hey, look, right now the quarterback, Huntley. So but the Colts, it really depends on like who is starting to. I'm not gonna lie, like
it's supposed to be AR. I heard it's AR. AR5.
IR5.
IR5, yes.
Oh my God, man. He should have kept it 15, man. But hey, look. PR friendly. I'm going Colts. I'm going home team. Who you got?
Yeah, man. I'm tempted to go Dolphins just because the weapons they have over there. And if Tyler Huntley can just do enough to win. But I gotta go. I gotta be smart. I gotta go with the Colts. And I think if Anthony Richardson struggles, they could always pull him and go back to Joe Flacco. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Flacco finishes. Anthony Richardson may start, and Joe Flacco may finish the game. So I'm going with the Colts. This is the game of the week right there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yes.
I'll be watching this one.
Two heavy hitters right here. Divisional game. And look at the records here. 5-0, 4-1. Lions, we all know they're a contender. Vikings, they are like the surprise team just because they're I shouldn't say they're a surprise team, but I think 5-0, I don't think anybody expected them to go 5-0. Yeah. Mike, who you got?
Oh man, it's so weird. You're like, I'm conditioned to pick against the Lions, man. Just historically. But you know what is the Lions look great. I mean, they had a devastating loss with Hutchinson being gone, really gruesome injury. But I think they're going to rally around him, man. I got the Lions on the road, take away that undefeated streak, and take sole possession of first place in that division. I got Lions.
Man, this is a close one. I like the Lions. But Vikings are rolling, and they're coming off a bye week. So they had an extra week to prepare against a divisional opponent. They got some good stuff dialed up. Kevin O'Connell, one of the best play callers in the NFL right now. It's going to be at home too. Man, that place is going to be crazy. I'm going Vikings.
Yeah, man. It's a close one. It's a very close game. It depends on how big of a loss that Aiden Hutchinson is. I think that's a pretty big loss. Yeah. But NFC North, man, I don't know how real the Vikings are, to be honest with you, right? I don't know if I really trust them just yet. And the Lions, they're coming off, I think, back-to-back games scoring over 40, right? So, like, their offense is rolling. And then just seeing, like, if you see post-game, like, Dan Campbell gives Jared Goff a game ball, and then Jared Goff returns a favor and is like, look, man, you're our rock, and gives it back to Dan Campbell, and Dan Campbell starts getting emotional. Man, that team, they're operating on a different level, man. So I'm going to go with the Lions.
Okay. Yeah, this game could go either way, but yeah, I hear y'all, man. I can see Lions winning this game, and they're rolling too. Next game. I think this might be the second game in a week right here. We got the Eagles. No, Eagles and Giants. Mike, who you got?
Oh man, Eagles aren't the Eagles of last year, a couple years ago. They don't look really great to me, but I think they still win this game. But when the Eagles and Giants face each other, throw the record out the window. This is a heated rivalry. It's dated back for years and years and years. They've been going at it. So many notable, plays over the years between these two teams. But I just think the Eagles are just going to be just too much for the Giants, man. I got the Eagles winning this one, but it's going to be close.
Giants kind of surprised me with some games that they won. I mean, they went into Seattle and won that game, which I was surprised without Malik Neighbors. It sounds like their O-line has improved. His Neighbors going to be back this week. I think were they on a bye week last week? Well, I think they played last week. I think they might have played this week. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the Eagles are on a bye.
The Eagles are on a bye week. You know what? Man, Nick Sirianni, man, is he on the hot seat? I mean, they're at 3-2, but he's over here like talking a lot of mess to his own fan base, like the home crowd. I mean, he's from Philadelphia, so I guess he's part of that whole that culture. Just like just not giving that, F, about what he has to say. I mean, but Eagles. I'm going Eagles, man. They're too talented, man. I'm just for some reason I don't know. I'm waiting on the Eagles. Maybe it's the coaching, but they got so much talent on that roster. I just don't understand like why they're. I know they're 3-2, but I feel like they can be way better, and that says a lot about them. But I'm taking the Eagles. Just keep it simple.
Same here, man. Something in me wants to take the Giants.
Yeah,
because they had that tough game. They beat the Seahawks, and then they beat they put up a fight against the Bengals. But the fact that the Eagles are coming off that bye week, that makes me lean toward the Eagles. I'm gonna roll with the Eagles, but I don't know, man. Something about the Giants just makes me want to say the Giants.
All right. Oh, you said the Giants or the Eagles?
Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now this is the game of the week, man. Raider Nation, man. I know y'all been waiting for this one right here. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Great football right here.
Man, I can hear y'all. Exactly. Raiders Rams,
West
man.
Coast pillow fight.
For real. Raiders Rams. Mike, since it's a Raiders game, let's throw in a score prediction too.
All right, so two teams are facing each other and they're going to play hard, and on defense, the defense is going to play hard against the offense, and the offense is going to play hard against the defense. And at the end of the day, both teams are going to play hard. I predict a hard-fought game between these two teams.
That's his prediction.
Are we forfeiting this game? Are we gonna forfeit this game off the game prediction week just to be respectful? Like, so we just move on and just like not pick a winner, just because because someone said earlier in the show, man, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all, right?
Nope.
But I guess are we gonna agree to that, or are we gonna pick the winner?
Yeah, it's up to you, y'all. I mean,
let's go ahead and pick it.
Oh man! All right, I'll pick. I got the Raiders.
Go ahead, pick it.
You got the Raiders.
First win in LA with a crowd. First win in SoFi with a crowd. Raiders win. God damn it!
Hey man, Mike has been super aggressive with his picks, man. I like it. Man, this one's tough, man. Sean McVay coming off a bye week. Raiders defense can't tackle anybody. Rams got some pieces that kind of match up well. Like they got a running back there that I like. Cooper Kupp is going to be healthy for him, and McVay is going to dial something up to get him open, going one-on-one. And Stafford is he's not a top 5 quarterback, but he's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Man, I can't do it, man. I'm gonna do Raiders. I'm gonna go Raiders. 20 to 17.
That's the spirit.
20 to 17. Hey, I'm letting y'all know, man. If the Raiders let me down this week, I gotta get that hat. I'm just letting you know. I gotta get that hat, so I'm gonna make sure. I'm not gonna be picking it with the Raiders. But look, go ahead, Severe. Go pick. Go make your pick, man. Score prediction too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders. I think Tom Brady add some juice to the organization, deflate some footballs, and we don't fumble quite as much anymore. All of a sudden, I got the Raiders 12-7, 4 field goals. AJ Cole is the best player on the field. Daniel Carlson wins it for us.
I didn't even give my score prediction. You know, in a pure tribute to the trade, I got the Raiders winning 17-8.
Oh, I like that.
17-8.
17-8.
12-7. Severe.
12-7. Daniel Carlson kicks it 4 times. AJ Cole proves why he's the best player in the league, and he.
Hey man, I like that because that means the defense showed up. You know what I mean? That's something that we've been wanting a full game of the Raiders defense playing well. But we got Panthers Commanders this week. Mike, who you got?
Commanders, they rebound, man. You know, Jaden Daniels is the truth. He did his thing last week, just came up just short. I got Commanders taking care of business in this game.
Hey, same here. Sabir, who you got?
Commanders. Jaden Daniels too good. Panthers too bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay true to it, man. I said I'm not gonna pick the Panthers. I'm not gonna pick one game where the Panthers win a game this year. We got Chiefs and 49ers rematch of the Super Bowl here. I know, disgusting. But we have to pick it. We have to pick it. This is gonna be at Levi Stadium. Mike, who you got? 49ers or Chiefs?
I think the Chiefs continue with the undefeated streak just because I want to be the team that knocks them off first.
Yeah.
Chiefs win. They come in Allegiant Stadium 6-0, and they get their ass beat next week. Chiefs beat the 49ers.
I think the 49ers get their revenge this week. I think Kyle Shanahan probably has a great game plan. I don't think the Chiefs have played. They're 5-0, but I don't know if they played great.
No.
Like you could say the Vikings has been rolling. Like the Vikings, the Lions. Chiefs are 5-0 at the end of the day, but I don't. You know, there's some games where you'd be like, man, the refs kind of helped them out there a little bit, you know, but it's going to be at Levi's. I'm going 49ers. I guess this is my upset pick of the week. 3-3 team winning against a 5-0 team. Severe, who you got?
It's another tough one. I mean, the Chiefs are so banged up, but Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Hate to do it. Hope it's a tie.
We got the Jets and Steelers. Man, Devontae Adams. I think most likely might make his appearance this week in the Jets uniform.
All of a sudden, that hamstring is good now, huh?
Right. Right.
That's cool.
Who you got, Mike? Jets Steelers.
I got the Jets winning this game. Devontae Adams gets 24 catches, 311 yards, and 4 touchdowns, solidifying that second-round pick for our Las Vegas Raiders in 2025 because he makes all pro starts this week. I got the Jets beating the Steelers.
Oh, okay. I guess it's on me. So I can see Devontae having a great game. Russell Wilson is – hey, I know, Severe, you heard the news. Russell Wilson's going to get the start this week with the Steelers. It's going to be at home for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, man. I really want the Steelers to beat the – you know what I mean? You know what, on for the Jets just because –
yeah.
This is actually, but then, man, it's hard to judge because we haven't seen Russell Wilson with this team yet on offense, but and then you're going against a Jets team where they're kind of unpredictable too. It's like really two unpredictable teams. You got a new quarterback with the Steelers. If it was Fields, then it would have been like, okay, Fields, he wasn't the greatest passing the football. He was getting it done running the football, which has been his whole career. But Jets, on the other hand, you know, they got a lot of moving parts. Obviously, Devontae Adams first week. But you know what? I'm going to go Steelers. I'm not picking the Jets this week. I'm going to go Steelers.
Man, oh man. Man, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I want to go Jets. I'm just tempted that it's one of those honeymoon things where they have a great first game together and then it kind of all falls apart after that. So that's my assumption. Hey, we don't know what Russell Wilson is with the Steelers team, but the Steelers have such a good defense. I think they're going to be after Aaron Rodgers all game long. I think Russ does enough. George Pickens has a good game. Freiermuth has a good game. I'm going Steelers.
Okay, Steelers.
Devontae still has a big game though. Devontae goes for 20 and lose. I'm good with that.
And the crazy thing is Steelers are kind of struggling at that corner spot, guarding people. So like, if Devontae was playing with the Raiders, it would have been a nice little matchup for him. But you know, they caught the Raiders at the right time. Mike, Ravens, Buccaneers. Oh, we got a doubleheader. Monday Night Football.
Doubleheader on Monday. All right.
Yeah, there we go. So we got Ravens, Buccaneers. Mike, who you got?
I got the Ravens winning this game. I think that Lamar Jackson has a huge game. Monday night, he shows up. Whatever reason, Lamar Jackson shows up on Monday nights, and he's going to continue that streak. I got Ravens winning this game.
Yeah, same here, man. I like how Lamar's playing right now, man. I think he's playing really good football. Ravens are like, man. It's kind of early to say. I like the Ravens, man. Like this year, they just something about it. I know they lost against the Raiders, but they just something.
Yeah,
I like them. I think they might be definitely a Super Bowl contender. Super Bowl contender.
That's my Super Bowl pick.
Yeah,
out of the AFC.
It's definitely Ravens for me.
Man,
severe.
Man, I'm tempted to go Baker, man. I'm very tempted to go Baker.
Yeah,
but just only reason I'm not is because King Henry has been a destroyer of worlds this year. So that's the only reason I'm picking the Ravens. But I think Baker Mayfield is going to have a crazy game. I think Chris Godwin is going to have a crazy game too. But I'm still going to pick the Ravens to win it.
It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a real fun game.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Ravens all across the board. All right, so second doubleheader. It's a team that we recognize. We got Chargers, Cardinals. Who you got, Mike?
I'm gonna go Chargers in this one. I just think that they're starting to get rolling under Harbaugh. I think that Justin Herbert hasn't had a big game yet, and I think maybe this is where he has it. I got Chargers winning this one.
Yeah, I got Chargers too. Who you got, Severe?
Man, I'm thinking tough about picking the Cardinals because it just feels like one of those games, right? It's like Cardinals do something crazy and they win it, but I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is down. If he was healthy, I would probably go Cardinals, but since he's not, I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
All right. That pretty much wraps up Week 7 game picks, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Light the thumbs. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You're going to be seeing this on all of our platforms, so make sure to hit that like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Got teams on the bye this week, Bears and Cowboys. I think we don't care about this at the end of the day. We don't care, but but yeah, man. Hey, great show. Appreciate everybody coming through. Had some technical difficulties, but we made it work, made it happen. It's gonna be interesting this week. Hey, look, I know the Raiders ain't playing well, but I'm gonna be looking forward to this game pick. Cause I'm trying to get that hat for sure. And I know Sabir is too, cause he was.
I'm already looking at Culture Kings, bro.
Hey, just going back on the picks. I'm trying to look at the picks. What were your upset picks? Did anybody pick any upset picks? Let me see.
I think you did, Pharaoh.
Jets over Steelers.
Oh yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah. I had a couple.
Yeah. Okay, so you had Jets over Steelers.
Seahawks over Falcons.
Oh, that's another upset right there. That's another upset.
Yeah.
I had the 49ers. 49ers over the Chiefs was probably an upset right there. And yeah, I think that's probably one of my upset pick of the week. Severe.
Yeah. I didn't have any, I don't think. I played it safe.
Yeah, you played it pretty much. Oh, okay.
Maybe the Lions over the Vikings, maybe. But is that really upset? That's a 50-50 game. So
yeah.
Shout out 50-50. Yeah, man. Yeah. I guess you played it safe this week. You played not to lose. That never works out.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey,
I had the Jaguars, right? Didn't I have the Jaguars? I had the Jaguars.
I can see Mike having a good week this week, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, you know how the NFL works. Any given Sunday, there's gonna be upsets. You know what I mean? Maybe last week there wasn't a lot of upsets, but this week there could be definitely upsets. So I see how Mike was playing it. Yeah, man. We'll see, man. Hey, make sure to tune in next week, man. Around the Shield every Fridays. You're gonna see we'll see the updated record on game picks. But any last thoughts before we wrap up the show? The Raiders, man. I mean, this week. I mean, what are you looking forward to seeing this week? I mean, I know. Look, a lot of there's a portion of fan base that say that, hey, look, we need to get this number one pick. We need to get this quarterback. So you know what I mean. At this point, we see the writing on the wall. This is not a team that's going to go to the playoffs. But on one end, it's like we want to watch some good football, and then it'd be nice to watch the Raiders kind of come out with a W, or at least play a good game. I mean, what are y'all thoughts on that, real quick, before we head out?
I think that for the sake of LA homer, me being an LA homer, the Raiders win this game, and then the Dodgers kind of clean it up by sealing the pennant and making that loss, the Rams loss, more palatable for LA fans. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully that's the case.
Man, that's what I'm hoping too, man. But Severe, what you got?
I despise the Rams. Hoping Aiden O'Connell has a bounce back game this week. He puts better tape on than he had last week, because it was a struggle. So I'm hoping he has a good. I'm expecting him to go for 350 yards, but just a good game where he makes better decisions, and our defense, hopefully, they play inspired football and they carry the day.
Facts, man. Hey, I hope they win, man. You're gonna be at the game, so hopefully you get to see a W in person and walk out of there like just talking hella smack to the Rams fan.
Incognito that game.
Do they have a better turnout than the Charger fans? I mean, I know we all know Charger fans that was the most Charger fans I've ever seen, to be honest. I've never seen that many Charger fans. But the Raiders outnumbered them. But
better turnout. It's still gonna be like 60-40 Raiders though.
Yeah, that makes sense. But hey, Severe, man, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
The Severe Raider, IG, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, X, all that good stuff, man. You already know where to find me. The 50-50 show every Tuesday night, Around the Shield every Friday night. Bring you that content, baby.
There you go. Yes, there you go. Mike, man, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to.
Yep. Big Mike Raider, X, IG. You can find me here on YouTube on Monday. Over here, Big Mike Raider, Reaction Mondays, Wednesday. The Big Elite podcast. We just started that with the Elite Raider. Yep. Go check us out on Wednesdays. And, of course, here at Around the Shield on Fridays, man.
There you go, man. Yeah, and like the fella said, man, every Fridays, Around the Shield. We drop it every Friday. Sometimes it might be alive. For y'all to find out, y'all got to make sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified any new updates. And then also, obviously, like Severe said, 50/50 show. Pay attention to the channel, the community tabs. I stay active on there. I try to drop content as far as the shorts and all that good stuff. Just be on the lookout for some future videos too, man. I got to get back to it, man, because I've been thinking about the direction of this team, man, and where it's headed, man. So be on the lookout for that. And go on Around the Shield on X. If y'all active on there, go make sure to give a follow there. For Las Vegas Raiders updates, obviously updates from me, Big Mike, and Severe. And then also Around the Shield on IG, man, where you see podcast clips of us and, updates, memes. Man, we have a sense of humor, so we'll laugh. Even though if things ain't going well, hey, we're not going to be over there crying. We're just going to be laughing like, hey, man, it's happening again,
Exactly.
But, yeah, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Like I said, clock in at this point, clock out, like the thumbs, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hey, man, we'll be back here next week, man. Hopefully the Raiders maybe have a W. We'll see. Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace.
Playoffs.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.